Right. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. What we were discussing last class? Subclass object structure, right? So we have completed up to here. Now, try to answer here. If I write a statement something like this, student S1 equal to SNO student S1 dot S name. Okay, any compile time errors? Compiler will throw error. Okay. So now try to answer now. Can an object point in by multiple reference variables? Yesterday we have discussed S. And what the problem here? If you store subclass object reference in subclass variable, uh, if we store subclass object reference in subclass variable, we can access both subclass and superclass members. If you store subclass reference in superclass, if I store subclass object reference in superclass variable, we can access only the members available in superclass. We cannot access members available in subclass. If you try compiler throw error. This point we need to write. Please write on this question. What is the difference in storing? Write on this question. Yeah, please write down this table. Write down this table. I will explain you. First, you write this table. Right. So now try to answer now. What is the difference in storing subclass reference in subclass referenced variable is best approach, because we can access both subclass members and superclass members. That is the feeling there in students mind. That is a wrong feeling. Okay, that is a wrong feeling. Now storing subclass object reference in a superclass reference variable is a worst approach. Why it is worst approach? Do you remember I told you loose coupling? Storing subclass object reference in subclass reference variable, it will give tight coupling now. For example, if I take class party, each method I have created with the parameter student. Each method parameter, if I create with the parameter student to store student object, then faculty admin not allowed. Then we have to overload each method with student, with faculty, with admin. It is a number of methods are increasing, I told. So this is a wrong idea. If you take each method with a parameter person, I can store either student or faculty or admin. Then now I can pass all types of object. So storing subclass object reference in subclass reference variable is not a good idea. You have to use superclass variable for achieving loose coupling. This is a 90% best approach. There is a chance I don't want different type of object. For example, I'm taking class called join method. Join method parameter is person. Okay, now join method parameter is person. Then now if you take join method parameter person is a wrong design. Why? In college, all types of persons we don't allow to join. We will allow only students to join. Na? So in a college join method, person taking is wrong choice. Taking student is right choice. So if you want to work with only one particular subclass, then we have to use subclass reference variable. If you want to work with the different subclasses, then you have to use superclass referenced variable. In our example, student is correct choice because in college only student can join. Everyone understand, I hope? Then now, which approach is best you are telling? You are telling best approach is what? Storing subclass object reference in superclass variable. Then both are having advantages, both are having problem. Now, if we store subclass object in subclass reference variable, advantage is we can access both the subclass and superclass members. Okay, na? But the problem is it provides tight coupling. It means cannot change current subclass object to another subclass object of same type. Then is there any solution to this problem? There is no direct solution. We must use only superclass type reference variable. Then I come here, storing subclass object reference in superclass reference variable. Then the problem, we cannot access subclass members. Compiler will throw error. We can access only members available in superclass. Then now for this problem, any solution there? Okay, listen carefully. I wanted to ask a question. Try to think. This is my student class memory. This is my person class members memory and object class members memory. Currently, this is subclass object reference. I have stored in person variable p, 10 stored and pointing. Then it is pointing to person class memory. Then we can access members available in only person, cannot access members available in student. Now everyone try to think an answer. Now using p dot, I can access only the name variable because object is a persona, because variable type is persona. Come on, try to think an answer. Because variable type is persona, object is type persona. Variable is a person, variable is a person, but object is a student. Na? Now tell me, if I able to create one variable pointing to student type, if I create student variable pointing to student type, 10 stored here, and pointing to student object. Now tell me, can I access student class members? For achieving loose coupling, I stored subclass object reference in superclass referenced variable, but my project demanding, I want to access subclass specific members also. Then if I copy the reference 1010 subclass object reference from superclass variable into subclass variable, if I copy, then subclass variable pointing to subclass memory, I can access members available in subclass. Na? Already catching my point? Tell me, when you store student object reference in a superclass variable, the student object is considered as a what type of object? Person type object. Then I want to change a type. I want to convert a type of student from person to its own type. That conversion is called what, Rabuji? Type casting. You know, right? Already you know type conversion, typecasting. Super class value 10 stored in int variable. I want to take into byte variable. Super class type value come into byte type. Then what we use a typecasting, remember byte of. Do you remember byte of? You have written byte of like that. I should do typecasting. If I do typecasting, the problem is solved. So tell me, for super class reference variable, we have a solution. That's why which is the best approach? Storing subclass object reference in super class variable is best approach. Okay. And further, if you want to access subclass specific members, you have to go for typecasting. Hope you all understand this program. Hope you all understand this point. So this is a compulsory asking question. Okay, fine. Now moving to the next point. Look at here. I want to write this program. Below program explains. Below program explains. Below program explains above points. Below program explains above points. What completed? All the people understand this meaning? B of A1. A1 type, the value in A1 is converted to B type and pointing to B memory. Dot Y, reading value from B class. Okay, now this is the story about subclass object structure with a superclass referenced variable and subclass referenced variable. Now, with this knowledge, now we need to move to the next topic, that is storing subclass object reference in superclass variable is called upcasting. Storing superclass reference from subclass variable to subclass is called downcasting. While upcasting, what are the different rules we need to follow? While downcasting, what are the rules we need to follow? Okay, we need to learn. Let us try to understand. Next topic, upcasting, downcasting, and class cast exception and instance of operator. Next topic is upcasting, downcasting, class cast exception, instance of operator. Okay, this topic is available in volume 1A textbook, data type chapter. Let's see if there or not. If not there, I will find where it is there. Yeah. Reference to type conversion, page number 99. Volume 1A textbook. Volume 1A textbook, page number 99. In online already there. Chaitanya, you are telling there, you are asking me a question or giving information. Already there this topic in online. Share that link, I didn't remember. Okay, let me quickly cover this topic. Now look at that reference type conversion. Like primitive types, we can also perform type conversion operation in between referenced data types. For the meaning of it, one type of class object can be converted to another type of class. Student type object can be converted to person, person type object can be converted to student. I have a question. If you want to convert one object to another class type, I want to convert one object from one class type to another class type. The basic rule you need to understand, in this object, this person type memory and student type memory must be available. Do you understand? Like primitive types, we can also perform type conversion operation between reference types. Look at here, I'm taking byte range. What the byte range value? Minus 128 to 127. Now this range value, I can convert from int to byte and again byte to int. Yes or no?
When you're building your data objects that took you forever to perfect, storing and deconstructing them can be
Super reference is pointing to super class. Doesn't have projects. Okay, next. Worry about only compiled R. Cast exception. The problem at 30% cast operator can be used for both. Look at here. By passing B30, I want to execute a parameter. JVM throws. You are suffering from headache. What will you do? Subclass of C? No. Then what it returns? False. Exact functionality. Rules in using instance of already completed. What is instance of? It is a relational operator. Why instance of operator? It is used for verifying the object type and the class relation. Is this that class will be starts by what time? 3 p.m. Right? Thank you. So that's all. That's all for the day. And the Sunday also we have long session. Don't plan any other classes. The Sunday also we have long session. Are you catching my point? The Sunday we now in a collection contains method. The object coming from what compiler software doing? What if the internal object and class, if variable, are compile verify variable. I'll give you some statements. Look at there and tell me. Satisfied. Still, I'm not satisfied. Insert line number 16. Will car searching for M1 method. Local variables coming from this variable. Will get class cast exception. Do not get as a solution to class cast exception is instance of operator. It is pointing to object type. It is not point in two directions. If there is a easy relation between student and P1 type, it is compiled, else compiler throw error. Tell me, in the first case, person to student, there is a easy relation. P1 to student, easy relation. But here, student to faculty, no easy relations. Okay, it is applying easy relation between student and P1 variable type in two directions. If there is a easy relation between student and P, student type or not. Now compiler verifies, is there any chance that the student object comes from P1 variable? For knowing is there any chance or not, and now it is applying easy relation. Okay, it is applying easy relation. What is a compiler and JVM algorithm? Clearly I have typed here. Compiler algorithm for
abandoning unprotected cattle is not strange in India. Cows have extensive roots in Indian history and culture. But then people abandon them due to increasing financial
caste operator. By using caste, even all.
Anybody can process an Excel spreadsheet. Anybody can create a graph or a chart. Anybody can actually take that and make it into
two videos, but content is coming soon. Just I confused. Checking it. Is what? Runtime error. Of this B. B is a subclass. Hibernate and Spring, you have to talk to. What do you say? All people agreed? Then tell me, when will you get class cast exception? Subclass of what B, class cast or you have to verify when B is a subclass of C in any one of the direction. What is a class cast exception? When will, let me write A equal to B C. Now try to observe. Even though I am scolding, you must. What will you watch these videos? Shall I go to next topic? Same topic I will explain. So if you are comfortable to watch YouTube videos, I'll share them and we'll go for next topic so that 2 days time will be saved. It takes 2 days to complete. This topic is not urgent to complete. Already given some idea. With this idea in your free time, you can watch it. Okay. It's not urgent to complete. I given what is upcasting, what is downcasting, storing subclass object reference in superclass variable is called upcasting, and converting subclass type from superclass to subclass type by using cast operator is downcasting. So small problem class cast exception there and instance of operator usage is there. Okay, it's just 3 hours class. So try to watch by your own. Okay. So, and if you have any questions, I will answer your questions in next class. So now let's move to the next topic. Then thank you, buddy, for sharing that video. I really not remember. All links are already there in your Google Drive. Now you didn't know that? In a Google Drive already there. Chaitanya. Already placed, na? Yeah, fine. Okay, I'll do one thing. I will copy it again. Okay, now YouTube videos.txt. How to access Google Drive? Are you not my student, Chaitanya? You are regular class student, no? Then you must have already details, right? Okay, so now let me move to the next topic, super keyword related points. Clear? So upcasting, downcasting, class cast except instance of operator. I'm giving assignment to you. You can watch. Now I'm trying to cover super keyword. Now there are two points are in super keyword. Super keyword with parenthesis, super keyword with dot. P and D. Path and parenthesis and dot. Okay, look at. These are the points you need to learn. Just a small topic, 5 points are there. What is super? What the use of it? Two forms of super, super parenthesis and super dot. Common rules on super. When should we use super parenthesis? When should you use super dot? Difference between super parenthesis and super dot. Simple points. Tell me what is super? A super is a keyword. Okay, it is a keyword, just a keyword. Like this keyword, it is not a variable. All you people know this is a variable. Na? Like this, super is not a variable. Super keyword is used for accessing super class members from subclass members. Tell me, I have created a class, super class and subclass. I have super class and I have subclass. In super class, I have some members. I want to access those members in subclass. Then we will use which keyword? Super keyword we will use. Okay, I have a question, try to think and answer. What are the different members we can access from a class? I can access variables. I can access methods. And also I can access constructor. Okay. First of all, if we want to access variables and methods, we must provide memory to them. And after we should initialize them. For initializing purpose, I need what? Constructor. So tell me, from the subclass, we have to access super class members. What are the members we can access? 3 members: constructor, variables, and methods. Hence, in order to access super class members from subclass by using super keyword have 2 forms: super parenthesis and super dot. So super is a keyword, just a keyword. Like this, it is not a variable. Super keyword is used for accessing super class members from subclass members. Like this keyword, super keyword also contains two forms, super parenthesis, super dot. Super parenthesis is used for accessing super class constructor from subclass constructors for initializing non-static variables of super class in subclass object. Tell me, do you know this point already? Non-static members execution flow, we already discussed this point now. It is not a new point, it is a known point only. Next, super dot is used for accessing super class variables and methods in subclass from current object. Where super class variables available in the current object. Current object is nothing but subclass object. So using variables available in super class in a current object. Okay. Hope you understand super keyword and its two forms and purpose. Is it easy? And tell me, is a super keyword have any physical declaration? No. Like this keyword, there is no physical declaration. Don't have physical declaration memory. It is just used for accessing object using this reference. It just access object, super keyword access object by using this reference. Like this, it doesn't have any memory. Okay. Now let me take small example. I can say small example. Class A constructor int x equal to 10 void m1. Why did you attend yesterday class, Mr. Polchand? Why you missed yesterday class? Why did you miss yesterday class? What I am trying to tell, not missed. Then why didn't you respond yesterday? I called you. Yesterday I was talking to you. Why you missed? Why didn't you reply yesterday? What I am explaining, what you are coming up. Why did you change your name yesterday? Okay, what I am explaining, what you are coming up. That's why you don't understanding and torturing me. Did I tell you that super is object creation operator? Then what the use of new keyword? Tell me, what the use of new keyword then? Did I here in this slide anywhere did I told you that super keyword create object is object creation operator? Stop using your brain so that you can correctly understand subject what I am telling. Tell me, I have a super class A constructor, non-static variable and non-static method. Now class B extends class A. Class B is a subclass of class A. Now I am taking constructor in subclass. I want to access super class constructor from subclass. What should I use? Super data, super parenthesis. I should use super parenthesis. Now I want to access X variable M1 method inside this constructor. Should I use super parenthesis, super dot? Super dot. SOP in super dot X and super dot M1. Tell me, in a test class, when I create object, what happened? In a test class, I have created object, class test. Public static void main of string array args. Inside main method, I'm creating object B1 equal to new B. Okay, that's it. I have written just a statement B1 equal new B. What happened? All people guess and tell me. You are very much aware of this concept. You all know very well execution flow. Just apply execution flow and what happened, tell me. So in JVM, first which class is loaded? Test class is loaded. Then in Java stacks area, test class main method execution started. In test class main method, B1 variable memory created. Then new keyword, trying to create B class object by calling B class constructor. B class not available in JVM. So A class loaded and B class loaded with its members. No static variables and connected to super class subclass. There is no static super class, no static blocks in subclass. Okay. Then in heap area, new keyword creates a B class memory with A class memory with object class memory. In B class, we do not have any variables, and in A class, we have variable X. X variable memory created with the default value 0. Okay. And then now new keyword called constructor of B class. Control come to B class constructor. B class constructor loaded here. Then super dot called. Super dot means call super class constructor. Who is a super class? A. A class constructor is called. Then A class constructor, first statement super of. Then it is calling object class constructor. It is going object class constructor. Object class constructor doesn't have any logic. Coming back to A class constructor. A class constructor contains statement x equal to 10. Then 0 replaced with 10. Then constructor logic executed. First message display on the console is A constructor. Okay, A constructor. Then now control come to B class. In B class, what the statement is there? Sorry, yeah, super dot x. What the super dot x? Super dot x means what? In current object, A class x value, how much? 10. 10 displayed. Then super dot m1. In super class, execute m1 method. Then what is the output will displayed? M1 is executed. M1 is executed from class A. So this is the story output will come. This is the memory diagram created and a B variable pointing to B object. So what is the use of super parenthesis? Super parenthesis is used for calling super class constructor. Why we must call super class constructor? We must call super class constructor for initializing super class variables in a subclass object. Who will provide memory to the super class variable in subclass object? Is memory provided by super keyword or new keyword? New keyword. New keyword is responsible for providing memory to both subclass and super class members. Okay, now let us try to understand all points related to super parenthesis. There are 4 to 5 points are there on super parenthesis. Let us try to understand. Okay, calling super class constructor in a subclass, is it optional or mandatory? Calling super class constructor in subclass constructors, is it mandatory or optional? It is mandatory. Calling super class constructor from subclass constructors, it is mandatory. If you don't place super class constructor call statement in subclass constructors, then compiler software automatically inserts the statement. Are you catching my point? Compiler inserts a super call statement in subclass constructors. Again repeating, calling super class constructor in subclass constructors is mandatory. If you don't call, super class members will not be initialized. So calling super class constructor in subclass constructors is mandatory. If you don't call, compiler will insert the super call. Then one point you need to understand. Look at here, I have class A and class A contain two constructors. Tell me now. In those two constructors, did you place super parenthesis statement? No. Because you didn't place super parenthesis statement, then what happened? Compiler inserts super parenthesis statement. Calling super class constructor in subclass constructors is mandatory. Who is the super class of class A? Object class. Okay, the subclass and super class is object class. And tell me, compiler inserts super call as first statement, second statement, last statement. It will always place as a first statement. Calling super class constructor in subclass constructor is mandatory and it should place as a first statement. Okay, na? And now please visualize here. Yeah, please visualize class A extends object. Right? Class A extends object. Then A class constructor super parenthesis semicolon. SOPLN A no param constructor closed. Then A int A first statement is super is no arg constructor. Then SOPLN A int parameter constructor. Now tell me, can I create my own subclass from class B, class A? Yes. Class B extends A no par, B no param constructor, int no param constructor. Now answer my question. In class B, we have two constructors are there. Calling super class constructor in subclass constructors is mandatory. If you don't call, compiler throw error. I told you this point. Then now all the people think and tell me, inside B class constructor and inside B int parameter constructor, do you have super call implicitly? Yes. Now, who is placing? Compiler placing. When you place super call, definitely super class constructors are executed. Na? Can you please tell me what is the output of this program? Don't write, okay? Don't write, just you tell me output. Super class constructor must call in subclass constructor, right? Then question should come, which constructor is called? Which super class constructor is called in subclass constructor? That is the doubt should come. Okay. For calling no param constructor, do we need to pass any arguments? No. For calling int parameter constructor, do we need to pass any arguments? Yes. What is the argument value you want to pass to super class constructor? How compiler software notes? You want to pass 5 or 10 or 20 or 1000 or? What is the value you want to pass to super class constructor? Compiler software don't know. Okay. Hence compiler software by default inserts which super call statement, no parameter constructor calling super parenthesis. When you call no param b constructor, control will call no param constructor of super class because of super constructor background. Then control come back to subclass constructor logic executed, message display. Next, when you call int param constructor, here you are calling int param constructor explicitly, b class int param constructor explicitly, it will go. Then inside int param constructor, compiler software has inserted dash statement, super class int param constructor call or no param constructor call, no param constructor call only, because compiler doesn't know which argument should pass. So it is placing no arg constructor call only. Everyone understand? So what is the output? A no param constructor and B int param constructor. So tell me, by default, dash constructor is executed from super class when we create subclass object. By default, no param constructor only executed from super class from all constructors of the subclass. Okay, na? It is only no param constructor is executing because compiler software by default inserts no argument super call. That's it. Okay, na? Everybody accepted? Then tell me, I want to execute int param constructor of super class from int param constructor of subclass. Then what to do now? I have to explicitly place super call by passing some int value 5. Then super class constructor executed, then subclass constructor executed. Is everyone understood? Then tell something about super parenthesis. It is used for calling and executing super class constructor from subclass constructors. By default in subclass, in all constructors, compiler software places no arg super call as a first statement for executing super class constructor before subclass constructor logic execution. For example, case 1, class example, no param constructor, int param constructor. Compiler software did 3 changes. First, it is adding extends object, adding super call, which is calling to super class constructor, object class constructor. If you create your own subclass extending from example, then compiler will place super parenthesis in both constructors calling only int param constructor. Now the question, in a super class, we do not have no param constructor. Then what will happen? In a super class, we have only param constructor. Then what happened? Will compiler insert int param constructor call? No. Compiler always inserts no param constructor call only and verifies is there any matched constructor in super class. If available, it compiles fine. If not available, compiler throw error. Compiler software always inserts no param constructor call only in subclass constructors. After inserting super no arg call, compiler looking in the super class, no param constructor available or not. If not available, coming back and silently throwing error. Because the compiler by default adds super parenthesis in subclass all constructors, in a super class, we must have default or no param constructor, else a compiler will throw error in subclass from all constructors. Error cannot find symbol no param constructor. Look at there. I have a class with only int param constructor, class sample, extends example, then now compiler throw error. Why? Here in sample class, default constructor is created. In a default constructor, super parenthesis place, and then it is searching for no arg constructor in super class, not available, hence throwing error. Sir, when I don't define no param constructor, compiler places a default constructor, na, then you rejoin the course once again. People who are getting this question, sir, compiler always places a default constructor, na, sir. If you get that doubt, please rejoin the course once again. Second time when you are rejoining, pay 5,000 rupees because already you joined once, na. Second time you are learning, no. When a compiler will place default constructor, as long as we have not defined any explicit constructor, right? As long as we have not defined any explicit constructor, okay? Now I want to ask question one more time. When programmer must place super call explicitly? When programmer must place super call explicitly? Try to answer. You have two options. Number one, super class doesn't contain no param constructor or no param constructor or default constructor is not there in super class. In order to call parameter as a constructor, you have to place super call explicitly, otherwise compiler throw error. Second reason, I have no param and param, but I want to execute param constructor. Then you have to place super call explicitly. If a super class has only param constructor, we must call that super class param constructor explicitly in subclass all constructors by placing super of arg. Here argument type should be super class constructor parameter matching type. Okay, na? For example, I have example of int a. Now compiler throw error here because compiler by default inserts super of. Then you must place explicitly super of 5. Okay, tell me, super class contain private constructor. Can we call private constructor in subclass constructors? I have private constructor in super class. Can I call private constructor in subclass? Not possible. If a class contain only private constructor, if a class doesn't contain visible constructor, then can you create subclass from that class? Not possible. You cannot create subclass from that class. If a super class contain only non-visible private or package constructor, we cannot create subclass from this class because to create subclass, calling and executing super class constructor is mandatory. Is it clear to all? Just writing extends keyword not sufficient. Extends keyword with super class constructor calling is required. So all 5 points are understood? And tell me, what is the output of this program? Example no param, sample no param, example no param, sample into param. Okay. Now execute no param constructor from no param, int param constructor from int param. Then in int param constructor, you should write super of 6. Execute no param to int param to no param. You have to call super of 6 in no param constructor. Okay, execute int param constructor from both constructors, then write super of 6. Now you write super of 6 in no param, super of no arg in int param. In super class, if you remove no param constructor, subclass 2 constructors will get compile time error. Then you write super of 6 explicitly, no compile time error. So these are all the test cases you should know. What the use of super of no param? Calling no param constructor. Super of 5 int param constructor. Super of double quote say string param constructor. And tell me, is there any compile time error in this program? No error. Why? There is no error in this program. Why? Because in A class default constructor is there. In B class default constructor with a super class no arg call is there. Both are matched, so no error. Now second case number 2. Any errors? No error, because A class contain no param constructor, B class contain no param constructor. Inside no param constructor super no arg, it's matched. Now it's error. B class contain default constructor with super no arg call. In super class int param constructor there, so it is error. Now in subclass B no param constructor there, error? Yes. Now also error. Now also error. And tell me, I have created like this. Now also error. And now next case. One invisible constructor and one visible constructor. Still you have error. How to solve this error? In subclass constructor, you have to place a super of 5 explicitly, then problem solved. Okay, are you confident now about super keyword related story all points? What is the output of this program? Find out. Compiled error is the right answer. Okay, I'm not going to explain. Compiled error is the right answer. Option number 4. Why compiled error? I'm not going to explain. People who has given why compiled error, can you please give me answer? What is how to correct this problem? How can we correct this problem? Inside B class constructor, we should place super of 5. If you place a super of 5, then no compiled error. Now output is hi, hello, how are you? Okay, if I remove b1 dot display method call, then output is hi, hello. Okay. You can also place either super of 5 or you can also place super of x. Whatever the value came into subclass constructor, same value we are passing to superclass constructor. Okay, na? You can also write either super of no argument or super of 5, your wish. Next. What the rules on super parenthesis? Super parenthesis can I place anywhere? No. You can place super parenthesis only as a first statement in constructor. Tell me, first constructor, any error? No error. In second constructor, is there any error? Second constructor, any error? Yes. Third constructor, any error? Third constructor, any error? Yes. Super parenthesis must be the first statement. So hence, can I place multiple super parentheses? No. Next. Fourth constructor, any error? Hey, you cannot place super parenthesis as a second statement. I'm not talking about single line, first line. I'm talking about second statement. Statement is end by semicolon. Now, first SOPL, first super is right, second super is wrong. Compiler throw error. Okay. Next. Any M1 method, super parenthesis not allowed. Last super parenthesis allowed na, it is a constructor, right? It is not constructor above, it is a method. Return type is there. Inside method, super parenthesis not allowed. Compiler throw error. Okay, na? Hope you all understand super parenthesis based rule. Next. Now you need to understand why super parenthesis must be first statement in the constructor. Why it is not allowed multiple times in constructor and why it is not allowed inside a method. Already you know it. Super parenthesis must be first statement in constructor for making sure initializing super class constructor first. Initializing super class members first. If super class members are already get memory and initialized, then those values we can use in subclass. Always parent should earn money, make the money available for the child. Then child, by using that money, he can continue his business. Dhirubhai Ambani has created Reliance Industries. With that Reliance Industries, Mukesh Ambani is now doing business. His next business, Jio. Right? If I place super parenthesis as a second statement, assume if you are allowed to place super parenthesis as second statement, then what will be the problem? B variable created, B class object, new keyword creates a B class object. Then first, which class constructor called, new keyword called B class constructor. In B class constructor, y equal to x plus 4 is the first statement. Then what is the y value will be initialized with 4? Is it right initialization or wrong value initialization? It is a wrong value. Actually, what is the value you are expecting? Your value plus parent value. From the parent, what value you are getting? 0. Why? Because A class constructor not initialized, not executed. And now A class constructor initializing A class variable 5. It's a wrong initialization. If I place a super parenthesis as a first statement, then first super class constructor is executed, x value contain 5, then control come to subclass constructor, x value reading 4, 4 plus 5, 9 is coming. So why super class constructor must be the first statement? Because super class non-static variables must be initialized before subclass non-static variables. Then only super class given values can be used in subclass non-static variables initialization. Then we will get correct values. Okay. Next, super parenthesis not allowed multiple times because super class members must be initialized only one time. Next, super parenthesis not allowed inside a method because method is not executed at the time of object creation. Non-static members must, super class non-static members must initialize at the time of object creation. And moreover, method will be executed multiple times, then object is initialized multiple times. Is it okay now? Is it understood? Next, will super parenthesis allowed inside non-static block? If super parenthesis placed inside a non-static block, all you people know non-static block is moved into constructor, right? Non-static block will go into constructor. Super parenthesis will be part of constructor, right? So why then compile time error? Because super parenthesis will not be the first statement in the constructor. It will become second statement. First statement will be open bracket. Okay. Will super parenthesis allowed in non-static block? No, compiler will throw error because super parenthesis placed in non-static block is not placed as first statement inside a constructor. This is the case number one. Case number two. Along with the non-static blocks, we also use non-static variable initialization at the class level. Then non-static variable initialization will be the first statement. Non-static block super parenthesis become third statement. That's why it is not allowed. Okay. This is the final. All points about non-static, super parenthesis. Please read all points and ask me if you have any doubts. Hope all points are covered.